I'm pleased to be joined again by Meryl Dorf, PhD, clinical psychologist. Meryl, thanks for joining me again.
Oh, it's so nice to be here again, Brian. Thanks for having me.
During the pandemic, all of us are dealing with the unknown and that we're sort of under this new normal, or that the structure we've had has been disassembled or is gone. And some of us are coping with this alone, that people don't have families and they may be working from home and not have people in their lives to help support. So can you speak to that a little bit and what those pressures might be like and how people can cope with them?
Yeah, well, I think one of the things that helps us get along is to have a sense that the world is predictable, that we know somewhat what's going to happen next. We really have no idea when we're going to get out, when we're going to be able to get back to work, even for some people, when our paycheck is going to come. Yeah. So it's an ingredient of a very stressful situation. And when it becomes bad, it reaches traumatic proportions. And one of the things that we can do is think about how to avoid PTSD.
I want to clarify, PTSD, it refers to post-traumatic stress. Your point is very important. You and I are speaking now, but we are in the middle of this event. It's a long-term event. So there will be a post-traumatic element to this.
The people who really have the hardest time afterwards are the people who are so terrified and have so much stress from the event that their body then goes into what's called a freeze state, where we just get numb and we kind of shut down. Even it's kind of like play dead in order to survive.
Right. So as people experience these stresses and these anxieties, they have to become aware of them, of course, number one, but then they have to cope with them or combat them. Can you tell me about some ways that people can cope and grapple with these anxieties?
There are a few things that we can do. The body sort of takes over when we're frightened and our heart rate goes up. We get sweaty, we get stiff, we get hyper alert. One thing that's automatic is breathing, but it's the one thing that we can actually control too. Slow breathing, especially exhaling, serves to slow down the heart. It slows down our breath. It relaxes our body. And if you do it, you can see that it really works. Another thing that actually is very helpful, and that is moving. If we move gently, like taking a walk or yoga, or mindfulness meditation, if we actually put some effort into keeping going, we loosen the body up and we don't freeze. We can come alive, stay alive. The other thing, which is very, very important and is challenging in this sequester right now, is connection. That human connection really is something that slows down and calms our nervous system. And so it's the very hard thing for us to do right now. But it's also something that the technology has presented us with as an opportunity to be able to do. We can use telehealth. We can have our virtual parties. We can meet with people. I've connected with people in Colorado, old friends that I hadn't actually talked to in a long time, but we've connected and it's been fun. But more than fun, I think it's essential. One of the things that's really helpful for everybody to realize is we're in this together. We are not alone. Everybody is struggling together. And it goes back to how important it is for us to stay in touch with each other, to call old friends, to talk about this.
People may be in need of help and they might want to consider telehealth, or they might want to consider some talk therapy in this time of the pandemic, but they might be worried about cost. Can you talk about some potential lower cost or free options that are available to people?
Yeah, there's actually quite a number out there. And especially in this time when people are financially stressed. It's very, very important. There are some options for people who are struggling with feelings particular to this pandemic, the anxiety and fear responses. The New Jersey State Hotline has some referral sources that can help you hook up with something at a lower cost. The New Jersey Mental Health Association, the New Jersey Mental Health Cares can hook you up with some practitioners. There are several places. I'm involved with the Center for Psychotherapy and Psychoanalysis of New Jersey. They have a psychotherapy center that you can call and get wonderful therapists.
That's really great input, Meryl. I can't thank you enough.
Thank you so much for having me.
To watch more Tap Into TV videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel at TAPintoTV.